Hi everyone, this is Nitin Chhoda, and in this special training video, I'm going to teach you the 10 things to look for when you're about to make that important decision of hiring a billing service provider. You'll also discover some red flags that you need to watch out for. So let's start with the first thing. The billing service provider should be software agnostic. What does that mean? They should be able to use any EMR or billing software to get you paid. A good billing service provider will have a lot of experience with many different EMRs, billing softwares, clearinghouses, and their goal should be to get you paid regardless of which system you use. Now, if you want to stay with your existing system, they should be fine with that. They shouldn't require that you switch to their EMR or billing software or clearinghouse. That is a red flag. They should essentially allow you to use what you want because you're comfortable with what you have. They should have the expertise to get you paid regardless of which system you use. At InTouch Billing, we are software agnostic, which means we want you to use a system that you're happy with, and we'll analyze metrics regardless of which system you use. So make sure that your billing service provider essentially is comfortable with any EMR or billing software clearinghouse, because they should be able to use any system to get the job done and to get you paid. The next point, specialization. You want a billing service provider that specializes in a certain kind of billing. For example, rehab billing, physical therapy, occupational therapy, chiropractic, pain management. It's a very specific kind of billing with a specific set of CPT codes that are built out with specific insurance companies in different parts of the country that you work with. Your billing service provider needs to have a lot of experience with that. They need to understand the CPT codes that are built out, the modifiers that are built out. They should then go a step above and beyond simply billing out for you and then using those metrics to help you make intelligent decisions so you can grow your practice. So you want a billing service provider that's specialized and that essentially bills out for you, knowing the kind of claims you bill out, working with other practices like yours, preferably in your area. Now, at InTouch Billing, we bill out over $10 million a month in rehab claims, and our billing software, we bill out over $1 billion. That's a billion with a B, $1 billion a year. So you can be assured that we know what we're doing. Number three, you should have a billing service provider that offers what I call full service billing. Now, what does full service billing mean? They should be able to review claims, submit claims, whether it's electronic or paper. They should be able to post payments when the payments come in, whether they're ERAs, which they retrieve digitally from the clearinghouse, or whether they're EOBs. They should be able to do all of that. They should be able to mail out paper statements. They should be able to refile claims if the claim wasn't submitted properly. They should be able to fight denials if the claim gets denied. They should be able to do everything that you need so that you don't have anything to worry about. At the end of the day, your billing service should take away your headaches so you have less variables. And towards the end, in the last 3 or 4 points, I'm actually going to share some crucial points that will help you understand how a billing service can truly go above and beyond. So make sure you watch this video training till the end. Number four, a billing service should have a team of billers, coders, and denial management specialists. You can't have a one-man or a two-man show that's handling everything. You need to have a specialist at every stage of the claim submission process. You need to have someone who's a specialist in reviewing the documentation, someone who's good at reviewing a claim before it's submitted, making sure that all the modifiers are in place, making sure that it looks fine, making sure there's a checks and balances system in place so that the correct rendering provider, the correct servicing provider, the correct billing provider is associated with the claim. Should it be electronic? Should it be paper? All of those things require a special kind of expertise. Once a claim is submitted, you want a separate team, which is what we have at InTouch Billing, to actually follow up on the claim, to pick up the phone, call the insurance company, follow up. You then need a separate team to post the patient payments. And finally, you need a separate team who can actually fight denial. So you need to have dedicated staff members for every stage of the claim management process. The next step, this is extremely important, instant communication. When you pick up the phone, you should be able to get a hold of someone. You should be able to reach someone by email, by live chat, because at the end of the day, if you can't get a hold of someone in your billing department or they can't give you the information that you want, you will lose money or you could get a delay in your payments. both are bad. So you want to make sure that when you pick up the phone, someone answers and they are there to help you. Ideally, you want a dedicated point of contact at the billing team. You don't want sort of a different person each time. You don't want people to switch. You don't want there to be one point of contact and now that person's resigned or left the company. Now you have another point of contact. You want to build relationships with specific key people in the billing service company who understand your billing, who then will get you paid the maximum amount of money every dollar that's owed to you. That leads us to the next point. Speaking of good staff, you need to have the billing service team do monthly audits with you. A good billing company will be completely transparent, will be completely metric driven. At In Touch Billing, we conduct monthly audits with our clients where we tell our clients these CPT codes are getting you paid the most, these payers are getting you paid the most, these payers are actually costing you money, they're getting you paid the least, so you may consider dropping out of those plans. We'll tell you which which providers are getting you paid the most, which providers are struggling with their documentation, which providers have a high rate of denials. We'll even be able to tell you which providers have high appointment cancellation rates, so you can start to talk to them and address underlying issues. So metric driven analysis of your practice on a monthly basis is going to essentially raise your practice, elevate your practice month by month, step by step, allowing you to get to the next level. It's a constant game of improvement with billing. Nothing happens overnight. There's no shortcut, but there is incremental improvement. It's what I call the domino effect. One domino can knock out another domino that's about 1.5 times its size. When you keep knocking down enough dominoes, the 21st or the 22nd domino I read somewhere is higher than the Eiffel Tower, and the 32nd domino is higher than the highest point on earth, which is Mount Everest. So essentially, you want to build up a series of dominoes by doing monthly audits. Benefit verification. Now, the last 4 points here are things that I haven't seen any other billing service do. We at In Touch Billing are the only service in the country that does that. We actually verify patient benefits for our clients. We pick up the phone the old-fashioned way and we verify patient benefits for our clients. Now, this is important because A, this takes a load off of your staff. B, we do it in a very secure, encrypted, HIPAA compliant manner, and we have our processes for that. But more importantly, it'll free up your front desk to do other more important things like maybe marketing, minimizing patient cancellation rates, following up with physicians to get their signatures on a plan of care, following up with authorizations. We consider the benefit verification process as the first step in a successful claim. If that step goes well, which is why we do it for our clients, everything else goes well. But if there's a mistake there, none of the rest of the stuff matters, because if you don't have the correct benefit verification, if you don't find out in the beginning that you need a referral or an authorization, guess what? You're going to lose a lot of money. It doesn't matter how good your billing service is, which is why we make these calls and we get a call reference number. And for our billing service clients, we actually do that as a service. Now, credentialing, this is huge. We've talked to clients who have not renegotiated their contracts, sometimes in 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. That is not good. You want to renegotiate your contracts consistently with payers. You should be renegotiating your contracts with payers at least every 2 years. This allows you to ask for higher reimbursement. You should be credentialing with new payers that are paying more. You should always know what's going on and then start credentialing with new payers if their payments are acceptable. You will need a credentialing team to credential new providers who enter your practice. At In Touch Billing, we help our clients with credentialing and contract negotiation as well. Price transparency. Now, this is a big one. Your billing service should have a very clear structure of their pricing. At In Touch Billing, we have very clear structures. We have thresholds at $100,000, $200,000. As you make more money, you actually pay us proportionately less. This way, your interests are aligned with our interests. You focus on growth, you focus on the patient experience, you focus on the quality of care. We focus on getting you paid. As you grow, you proportionately pay us less, because when you win, we win. So we have a sliding scale. In other words, you pay less as your practice grows. And when you schedule a call with us, we're happy to share that information. No long-term contracts. This is the biggest problem that I see with most billing services. They force their clients to stay with them for a year, 2 years. Why? I mean, we at In Touch Billing believe that After the first 90 days, because we need 90 days to prove ourselves, you should be able to go month to month. We should have to earn your business every month. We should have to prove to you that we're bringing in money, that we're doing a good job, that we're minimizing denials, that we're getting you paid every dollar that's owed to you. And as long as we continue to do that, we deserve to have your business. If your billing service forces you to sort of get locked into them, that's a bad thing. You should be able to pick up and leave whenever you want if your billing service is not meeting your expectations. So again, we're month to month, and we believe that we have to earn your business every month, which is why we've worked with thousands of clients who stay with us, who've been with us for many years, because they understand our dedication to them. And quite honestly, the truth is in the numbers. Even if you don't believe a single thing I've said in this video, the numbers should tell the story. If you get a billing service and you start making more money every month, that's the bottom line. No one can argue with numbers. And at the end of the day, if you don't know your numbers, which is what we are very strong with, nothing else matters. So what should you do next? Go ahead and schedule a free reimbursement audit call. On this call, you'll talk to a reimbursement specialist who will be able to take a look at your numbers, advise you where there's room for improvement, advise you where you can reduce denials and increase your revenue. We're pretty transparent. At the end of the call, we'll tell you if you're a good fit for us and if we can help you. And if we can, and if you want to work with us, we may be able to take you on as a client. We typically charge 5 to 6% of what we bring in. And, as you collect more, you pay us proportionately less. Now, I want to be transparent. We are not a good fit for everybody. We only work with a maximum of 50, that's 50 clients at a given time, because we want to focus all our attention on our clients. We're not a one size fits all. We're not going to take on every client. And if we cannot take you on as a client, we'll actually recommend someone else who can. So that way you're taken care of. Our goal is to make sure that we take care of our clients and we get paid when you get paid. We're performance driven. We get paid for what we generate for you. We get paid for the amount of money based on percentage of the amount of money we bring in from the insurance companies. If you have a patient copay, if you have patient payments or self payments or any cash payments, those are 100% yours to keep. So that was it. Thank you so much for watching 10 things to look for with the billing service provider. We hope that was valuable. Go ahead and schedule a billing reimbursement call with us, and we look forward to helping you grow your practice with InTouch Billing. Thanks so much for watching.